let's see if I can make this work. Oh my gosh, there you guys are. I'm so sorry. It's just been a little crazy because of the first day of school today, and everybody's just like all over the place. Hey, Becky. And I actually had to stop and pause. Like, some of my videos are still getting uploaded. I don't really know what's happening. I know that I'm doing something wrong with uploading my videos to YouTube. They didn't get all uploaded today, so I've been going in and putting them in, and I had to pause them. So the fixed signs have still not been uploaded to YouTube for starting today, and I'm real sorry about that. But I got so excited this weekend and so crazy busy this weekend because Becky and I, and hey, Alethea, Becky and I went to the Gem and Mineral Show in Franklin, North Carolina on Friday, and holy crap. Oh my gosh, we got a haul. We got some great stuff, and I couldn't stand it. I had to like dive in this weekend, and I was playing with all of that stuff, and I was dealing with that, and then all of a sudden I was just like, oh my gosh, my kids are starting school next week. Oh my gosh, I have stuff to do. I've got videos to upload, and it was just crazy. Hey, Kelsey. And so I'm telling you that we got some awesome stuff. Yes, we did spend way too much, but we got some awesome stuff. And I have stuff that's going on my website. Becky has stuff that I think she's going to post. And she's also going to be selling stuff at home in Villa Rica. Wait, is that what it's called? Home. Something home. Becky, I'm so sorry. Please put welcome home. Is it welcome home? Put it in the chat so that I can say it and link it. Welcome home. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. It's welcome home in downtown Villa Rica. She sells her tinctures and her her herbal concoctions. They're awesome, by the way. I have actually used them. She sells those there, but she got a lot of great stuff at the show. We actually got very different things. So we're not actually competing with each other. Not that I would give a shit if we were, because she is too much damn fun. That would be great. We would be probably competing and going, no, you go. No, you go. It's fun hanging out with Scorpio. I can tell you that. Okay, you guys. Oh my gosh. This great thing planned because this is actually what I was going to do last week. But I had like a situation, and I needed to work with a client, and it was late, so I didn't make it last week. But I'm so excited about the sigils tonight, and let me tell you why. So she sold 2 selenite bowls and a tree. These selenite bowls are really cool, by the way. They are super cool. Yeah. So there's a lady that I used to work with. Her name is Valerie, and she taught me about sigils. And she would create sigils just from her connection. She would create sigils just because, that was part of her gift, was being able to create sigils. She created sigils for me for different things that I was working on at the time. And sigils, what they are is representative of they help trigger your the way you think. They help trigger the way that you process things. I'm going to switch this so you can see. How do I do that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Go to the stream. Can you hear me now? I don't know what I did. I thought that you could hear me like, sorry about that, you guys. All right, so I had these pre-printed sigils that I was ready to show you, and I thought that I had laid them out because I laid them out to show Becky, and I don't see them, but oh, it froze. Okay. But this is well, hey Veronica. And hey Tomomi, I didn't say hello to you, but I saw that you were here. So we have I like using sigils because the symbology is sometimes easier to follow than like creating it from out of words or creating what you want out of words, because sometimes that's what holds people up is the actual words or the phrasing of it. And I don't want to see people being held up from that. And I have seen that for myself, that's what holds me up sometimes. But so I wanted you guys to see that I found a really easy explanation and a really great guide for how to create sigils in this book. I've used this book on here before and I really love it. Frankie Castaneda, I think that's how you say their name. I don't know. But I love this book. Spells for Change, A Guide for Modern Witches. This is truly an amazing book. If you have an opportunity to like get this book, I don't have any more for sale because I only bought 3. I wasn't sure if they were going to sell. And of course, I had to keep one for myself. And then, and hey, Magali. So I had to keep one for myself because, I need it, right? But this is a fantastic book. This is a fantastic book for working through some of these things. So this particular one, I just followed the guide in here because I'm a very visual learner and I needed to see how it was drawn and how it was done so that I could like sort of follow the exercise. Let me show you. Oh, I did write down the page numbers. Oh my gosh, I am the smartest girl ever. Because sometimes I don't write down the page numbers and then I have to dig through the book to find it. But I did write down the page numbers. I can post this on my website so that you can also see it if you would like. But this is what they wrote in this book. And I don't know if Frankie is a man or a woman. I don't know, but I'm like really, really digging this book. So what you see here is you start, because the sigil is, it says it's a symbolic character. And I like how he did this. Everyone has a specific way of doing this, but this is the way I prefer. And this is, Hein refers to this as a monogram. And Hein is someone that I think that because they've talked about in here of pathways to sigils. So what you want to do is you want to write out a statement of intent. This does not have to be perfect. Hey, Andy. Oh my gosh. I love this. Andy is here from the other side of the world, Australia, right? So I want to show you guys some that have already been drawn out. Okay. It's ridiculous. Mouse was in here earlier, and I swear every time he comes in here, it's like my stuff just goes crazy. And I'm like, I know I don't lose things, but, having a cat just helps you misplace things. Like, oh, do you like my shirt? I'm not for everyone. I'm trying to keep it interesting, you know. Let's just print that right across my chest, right? I am so hilarious. Oh my gosh. I know. And Magali is always telling me that I shouldn't have to say how funny I am. And I'm like, well, yeah, but what if everybody doesn't like pick it up? You know, it may not be contagious. You know, that how funny I am. That may not be something that's like contagious. I think I'm hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna find this, damn it. Okay, you know what? This is a great example of a sigil too. Does anybody know Reiki? These are fantastic examples of sigils because it's energy. It's an energetic pathway, right? That is a great example of a sigil. All right. So back to this. The example that they use in the book, the statement of intent is money comes to me effortlessly and in abundance without depleting others. Okay, that seems simple enough, right? It's very simple and it's very direct, and we're not taking anything away from anybody else. So when, excuse me, if you guys want to follow along, you absolutely can. Okay, money comes to me effortlessly and in abundance without depleting others. Then in the second part of that, after we write out our statement, what we're doing is we're removing any letters that are doubles. Okay, so we start out with the word money, and then I just chose to write them in this way. Okay, so that I could just start marking through like letters that I've already used. Okay, so money, I took away the O, the M, the E, and the S. Oh, no, I left the S, sorry. And then I took away, where am I at? Yeah, I took away all of those, and I just moved over here and left the T. I took away one of the F's. Do you see where I'm at? F fort. And I left the R, the T. I took away the ESS. Did I leave one of the S's? Here's what I did. Money, CSTFR, LADIBUWHPG. So those are all the letters that are not repeated in all of that mess. Does that make sense to you guys? We're taking out all the repeating letters. So we just want the one, just this one letter. Basically, we're kind of writing the alphabet. I mean, we're just not using all of the letters, clearly, because we don't have a Z in there, right? Okay, so now here's where we do one of my favorite things, numerology. I know. And the numerology for August did get posted on Readings at the Round Table, by the way. Just letting you know. The fixed signs didn't get posted yet on Readings at the Round Table for August, but I don't know what's happening with me and like YouTube, but I'm working on that relationship. So then what we're going to do is we're going to assign a number to each of these letters. All right. And we are doing it with the grid that I make for numerology, 1 through 9. And then we start here by going A through I, J through R, S through Z, and it stops at 8. Does this grid look familiar to those of you that have taken my numerology class? Because this is how I figure out the numerology for words. So what we're doing is we're figuring out the numerology for our statement for the letters that are not repeating. We're figuring out the numerology for those numbers. And I did do this myself, but I double checked myself with the book. That's why I used the example that was written in the book. Does that make sense to everybody? So, what is going on with me? Do I have a throat lozenge in here? I've just been running around because today was the first day of school, and so I've been a little careless with myself today. In other words, I haven't taken care of myself. It's all right. I'm going to fix that because I'm going to bed early tonight. Because you know, you got to get up early when you got to get kids off to school. Am I right? And full moon crazies. Oh my gosh, y'all. Andy would know. Andy is a nurse. Oh. I mean, it is. Full moon in Aquarius too. Woohoo! It's an extra little woo-woo with Venus in retrograde and Mercury opposing Saturn today. Oh my gosh. It's a little crazy. I'm hot tubbing under the full moon. Oh, rub it in, Becky. Becky has the best backyard, and she has this beautiful hot tub in the backyard and this nice little view, and so she can just sit out there and like enjoy nature. The bitch. I mean, what the hell? Gonna get some crystals in there with me. Oh my gosh. Great outside of the box crazies. Oh my gosh. Super moon. Yes, it is a super moon. The second super moon of the year. And this month has a blue moon because we've got our second full moon and Pisces coming the day before my birthday. I know. What a way to ring in 51. I'm really excited about it, actually. Oh my gosh, yes, in the Lion Gate portal. That really is an amazing time. It is. So, now that we've written down our numbers, we want to take out the repeating numbers. Okay? So we've written down the numbers that are associated with these letters right there. Now we're going to take out the repeating numbers from this lineup. Okay? We're just going to use the numbers that don't repeat. Now, I did this a couple of different ways because I wasn't really clear on the instructions. Imagine that. So I did this a couple of different ways. First, you do want to draw a clock. Okay. The first time I drew it, I did not use a ruler or anything, and everything got lopsided, and I did not like that. Has anyone met me before? So I went and dug out, and don't laugh at me. It was an old tool that I used to use in geometry like a million years ago, and I still have it, where you like stab it. It's like I think it's called a compass, and you stab in the center with something sharp, and then you draw the circle. And then I got out a ruler, and I did more proper grids because it made me feel better. So the first time I did this, it was all lopsided. And that did not make me happy. But it said to draw a clock. And I thought that I was just supposed to start adding in the numbers like they were listed. But what I realized was that I was supposed to put them in order. So I went back and I put the numbers in numerical order. Because if I put them in the numbers, like if I put... This is the way that the numbers like came out: 4, 6, 5, 7, 3, 1, 2, 9, 8, right? So if I was just drawing, because I didn't completely understand the assignment. Don't laugh. I knew it. I knew he'd knock down my pen. Okay. So if I just left the numbers like this, I would have just been connecting them like this all the way around. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't feel like that was like what the assignment was, like with the sigil, that it was just connecting them in that motion. So what I did was I drew the numbers and I put them in numerical order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I started with 4 and I went to 6. Then I went to 5 from 6. Then I went over to 7. Then I went over to 3. Then I went to 1 from 3. Then I went to 2. Then I went to 9. And I ended on 8. So what I chose to do, because, you know, I like it to be tidy, uniformed. I connected the 8 to the 4. I don't think you have to do that, but I did connect the 8 to the 4. Now, you'll see what I did was I redrew it down here, and this is what my sigil translated to. Was this, it kind of reminds me of a squat little, I almost like, it's like a teapot on a pedestal or something. Like, I totally dig it, because y'all know how I like my teas. But this is how my sigil ended up. Now, I wanted to play around with some other things, some other phrases. I wanted to do some healing sigils. I wanted to do some, it does, okay, a duck. That's actually a little better. It kind of looks like a duck. I could see that, like this be the bill. But I wanted to do some healing sigils. I wanted to do some other than just like bringing in money. Everybody's looking for money, you know, and everybody's looking for when they're going to get paid and when they're going to play patty cake. You know what I'm talking about. So I wanted to do some like healing things. And really what triggered me to think about this, the whole thing with sigils to begin with, is yes, finding out that my friend Scott, who had given me those sigils, that he had transitioned, which I thought was really sad. But until recently, when I took the picture and showed them to Becky, I kept the sigils right here so that I could see them all the time. I kept them taped up, and I took them down, and then I've laid them down somewhere because I thought I would put them with this so that I could show you guys tonight. And I can't find them. I don't know what happened. But then I also found the ones that my friend Valerie made for me like a long time ago. And she would just pull this energy in. It reminded me of the stuff that Becky does with Gypsy Soul Surfer. It reminded me of the light language stuff that she does and makes the mandalas. And I think that it's so amazing because to me, she made me a mandala last year when I kept losing my voice and I was having problems with my throat chakra. And since then, if I've been having problems with my voice, I go look at those. I keep them on my computer. I go look at them because I think that it's amazing. And I think that sigil energy and the light language energy that she does with the mandalas is so unique. And it triggers something in the subconscious. It triggers the subconscious so that you're not just stuck with like fixating on the words. You're looking at that symbol and you're thinking, that's some good stuff right there. You know, you're looking at that symbol and you're thinking of healing. You're looking at it and you're going, this is this is what I truly have. This is what I desire, or this is what I'm aligning myself with in the law of attraction state. This is it's so incredible. Glenda Peck, hey, how are you? It is an amazing thing setting up sigils like this. And as I said, my friend Valerie was she was so good at this. And I would be talking about something and she would say, let me draw a sigil for you. Let me put some energy into it. And I think that it would be very interesting to bring in like some of the sigil energy and mix it with the light language that Becky does in her artwork, in the mandalas. And I love that. I think that this is definitely a way for you to manifest without fixating on something, because that's what happens when we manifest is we fixate and we go, okay, I really want this. I really want this. I'm focusing. And we never release it out. We never release it out to the universe so it can't actually come back to us. So I think bringing in something like this, and it doesn't say this in this book, but this is what I chose to do here. I did another sigil, and I was doing it for a client, and I put the protection in the sigil, and then I burned it. Because I very much use fire as like blessing and cleansing. And so that's what I chose to do. It doesn't say that in this book, but I don't see anything saying that you can't. Actually, it does say that you can push this outward with fire. How about that? Sorry, it's been over a week since I wrote this lesson out. You would think I would remember, but I'm sorry. It's been a busy week. But you can push it out with fire. I just didn't read that part. I chose to push it out with fire for her because she needed the protection. I felt like she needed it quickly. I felt like it was just really important to get it out there. So I drew a sigil for her and I just put it on a note card and then I burned it. I put her energy in it, and that was the best way to release it. She said she felt safe almost immediately. And I was like, and that's the goal. Honestly, that's the goal. That's what we're looking for here. And I think that might be like the way to release it. This also says, let me get my glasses out. You know, young lady is turning 51 this year. Okay, it says, pushing out the sigil into the universe, either as an act of like a magical ritual, or another example is through indifferent vacuity or being in a non-bothered state, like drawing the sigils in a workbook at school and incorporating them into other artistic endeavors. So that would very much be like Becky taking a sigil and putting it into a mandala. Using fire. This is about projecting the sigil outward when it is at its most powerful. Hein gives multiple examples of this, but I actually enjoy using physical fire. I'll charge my sigil, whether it be through doodling it, placing it under a crystal, or otherwise having it around, placing fingers on it to give it a little bit of energy, and then burn it to release it to the universe, which is exactly what I did. You can also, in this way, incorporate sigils into other spells by creating it, charging it, and then releasing it out. And how many times have we discussed on here is like burning is a way to release it out, right? Andy, I don't see a sigil as a portal. I do understand what you're talking about, like how Solomon used the ring and sigil to control demons. Okay, that is to contain something. What we are doing is manifesting. What we're using these sigils for is manifesting. That's why I was using it for healing and protection. And this one, the example in the book, is for prosperity. We're using it to manifest. I think that you can use it, especially for me. I gotta say, one of my demons is sugar. I don't make any secret about that. I mean, I drug Becky and her daughter all over the place on Friday when we were at the Crystal Show looking for ice cream. Yeah, that's the kind of sick woman I am. But so maybe a sigil would help me control that. That would be like a little bit of manifesting. I do not think it is opening a portal unless you are asking it to. But that's not how I see these sigils. I think that there are some people that use symbols, which a sigil is a symbol, that use some symbols and they use other parts of like chanting and crafts, like in the craft, to open up portals. That's not where I'm at. I don't want to open up those kind of portals because y'all know that I get a little skittish about that kind of stuff, and I get very afraid. This is why I don't enjoy doing investigations. I will do them, but I do not enjoy them. But to me, I feel like if you see something that makes you think it's a portal of some kind, then put a sigil over it. Someone came and looked at my yard. My house is quite old. It was built in the 60s, in the mid 60s, and so my yard is large compared to some of the like newer houses that are being built. There is a sort of arbor in my backyard, and someone a couple of years ago came and looked at my house, and they were talking in terms of not exactly feng shui, but it was like a because he was Korean. It was like a Korean sort of like divination thing, and he said that was a portal. And I said, okay, well, how do you close portals? And he looked at me and he was like, how do you close portals? And I went, I put the Star of David on it. And he said, oh, okay. He said, I see what you mean. And I said, if I just hung it in there, it should be fine. And he goes, yeah. And he said, actually, that would, help the energy like be focused in your yard so you're not losing energy. Okay. So I did. I went out there and I actually drew the Star of David under it. And I've had to do it a couple more times because it keeps growing over, And I did put it on one of the pillars of the little arbor thing. It's like a little rose arbor, but it seems to be working. So if you feel that, and especially working in a hospital, working in medicine, Andy, you could, especially with people being born, transitioning, there's a lot happening in those facilities. And using those kind of symbols, those kind of emblems can help you, close things up or protect yourself. Okay, Chelsea just walked in and saw you on the TV and wants to say hi. It's her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Chelsea. Becky's daughter's birthday tomorrow. Becky was so brave. She had a bunch of little girls have a sleepover this weekend at her house. Isn't that brave? I think it's brave. Okay, so the other way to push this out is after you have left your sigil, let your sigil go out into the universe via your desired method. You forget about it in a way of just allowing the universe or the void, or however you prefer it, to take control of the spell and carry your intent to fruition. Now, I do prefer having a hand in it, because if I don't feel like I'm pushing, that I'm releasing energy like physically in some way, I don't feel like I've done anything. That's why I prefer to use candles. That's why I burn candles for everyone, for my clients, for my friends. This is why, because why I burn like anything like spell work or smudge or whatever, because I put that person's name on the candle. I put that person's energy on the candle. I light it and I let it go, and I let the flame do the work, and I stay out of it. Because if I keep putting my energy into it, I will alter it somehow. And that's not what we need, is it? I know. I'm so much fun. I almost pressed the wrong buttons. I'm on the wrong program. So tell me if you guys have questions about this. I am going to, I'm going to take a picture of, like I usually do. I'm going to take a picture and put this on my website so that you guys can come and look at this a bit closer. And that, you know, maybe it'll answer some questions that I missed. You know, I hope you're lighting a happy, peaceful candle for me, lady, not a black one. Andy, I will light a light blue candle for you, which is peace. And I will light a yellow candle for you, which is sustaining energy. How's that? Sigils etched into a candle is a great idea. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And a lot of times what I do is I use the glass containers so that I can draw on the outside with a magic marker, because Sharpies are our friend. And so I use Sharpies to write on all of these things. Hey, Diane. Hey. And I don't think you can see it. No. God, I don't know. Like, I am rearranging my office again. Don't judge me, y'all. So it's usually like chaos right on the other side of the camera. Nobody needs to know that. But I am moving my office again to accommodate some of the things that we're trying to fix. Because the lights have stopped working in the area that I'm in. So I constantly have to have like the photography lights on me just in order to see on a day-to-day basis. And with the Georgia heat, it is so freaking hot. So I have to relocate my office one more time before I move it into hopefully its permanent spot, but that still may be months. So, hey, Gretchen. So this, I do like this explanation of the sigils. I am very much enjoying it. I can't believe that I have misplaced so much stuff, even though it does look like I still have a lot of stuff back here. I've been moving everything around and it's just complete disarray. And you know, I don't really like that. Like, even when it looks like a mess, I still usually know where everything is. But, you know, whatever. I love the August 22 numerology. Ah, thank you, Gretchen. Thank you. Gretchen, is that your numerology? Are you a 22? I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did get the August numerologies out this weekend. And I got the astrology out this weekend too. And then I just got so caught up in like all these new crystals that I had not finished loading the zodiac readings, and I had to pause them. So the fixed signs are not loaded yet, but the mutable signs and the cardinal signs are loaded on Readings at the Round Table. So you can go to Readings at the Round Table. You can watch your monthly numerology for August, the astrology for August, and most of the zodiac signs. I will have the fixed signs up it usually takes about 45 minutes for each video to load, so they'll be up tonight. Yeah. I'm going to make moon water and a Sharpie on the side. Yes. Okay, I do like this moon. It's a great moon. However, Mercury is opposing Saturn today. So it makes it very hard to express yourself. It makes it very hard to talk about things. If you want that kind of energy, which I do have water set out right now, because I'm going to use that water when I want things to be quiet. Not harmful, not like, zipping people's mouths or anything, but just to like, we need a little less of that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we just need a little less of it. This book, Spells for Change by Freaky Castaneda, is fantastic. If I'm able to buy more of these, I will post them on my website, because the last time I put them on Amazon, they sold so quickly. And so if I'm able to get more of these, I'll put in an order. And these are this is a fantastic book. It's a great reference book, and I love it. It's amazing. So I will definitely take pictures and put them on my website. They should be available tomorrow if you're wanting to look at this. And it'll say, like, today's live show and the sigils that we're working on. And I'll put the name of the book and the author so that you can reference it. And because I'm not hijacking somebody else's stuff. Like, they really did this. It was awesome. Please let us know when it's available. Okay, I can do that. It really should be up by tomorrow, Alethea. It really should be. I'll take the pictures before I move the cameras, because after the show tonight, I'm moving the cameras. What was I thinking? Doing this during like Venus retrograde, but the lights in here have to be fixed, and like I can't live with like the photography lights on me all the time. I mean, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm melting. I'm so goofy. I'm sorry. I mean, did I mention that I'm hilarious? Did I mention that? So this is I really, really like the explanation. I like what they did here for the sigils. If you guys are interested in looking at some of the light language stuff that Becky does, she's at Gypsy Soul Surfer on Facebook, and I think she has a YouTube page as well. That's awesome. That's interesting. But Alethea, I will get this posted so you guys can also see these. This was the easiest explanation I could find, and it was one that made sense. It was one that really helped me, because when we fixate on the words, when we fixate on that, it like we're overthinking things. We're overthinking things when we're manifesting them, and that's not helping us manifest. So what we need to do is just get it out, translate it into numbers, which I love. And then once we translate it into numbers, then we can translate it into a piece of art. And I think that really helps us in manifesting more than focusing on the words, focusing on the statement, focusing on the affirmation. Because if I have to focus on the affirmation every day, I'm thinking about, did I say that right? Did I do that right? Oh my gosh. But if I'm just looking at a symbol, sometimes the symbols are just like happy, I mean, like the symbol on my earrings, right? I mean, there's an evil eye in the middle of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like the symbol of my ring, the tree of life. I have another tree of life back here, right there. I have a tree of life energy all over the place, but it doesn't make me focus on getting grounded. I don't instantly think about that. It makes me happy. And that helps me get grounded. It makes me think of my friend that gave me this ring, and that helps me get grounded. There's lots of different ways that we can look at these symbols and bring them into our lives. When we are like spending too much time focusing on the words, we can get caught up. And that's not where we need to be. Go get a bag of ice and sit on it. Old school. Oh my gosh, Alethea, that is awesome. Can you imagine? I mean, can you imagine what the size of my booty would do to a bag of ice? I would melt that. It would just be hilarious. I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining it. I'm like, that would be so great. A bag of ice. So perfect. I mean, you know, before last year I got the air conditioner in my office. It's a cottage behind my house. And I got the air conditioner in here. And before that, I had went out and bought this little box. It was like I forget where it was. I think I got it at Walmart or something, or Target. It was a little box, and you froze the front part in front of the fan. You put it in the freezer, and then you stuck the frozen part in and turned the fan on, and it basically just blew cold, air over the ice. And so it would work for a little while, and it was kind of nice, but it would really only work for like an hour, 2 hours. And then I would be like, oh my gosh, it's hot again. And you can't sit down here with companions in fur coats with that. I mean, Mouse has spent half the day laying over the vent of the air conditioner while I've been moving stuff around. And the last 2 weeks, while I've been doing recordings, that's where he's been camped out. And you can see me in my recordings, like sweat on my face. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's a little hot. Mouse is laying on the air conditioning. Me and Jasmine are suffering, aren't we, Jazz? Yeah. Yeah. I know, and Mouse is certainly one of Veronica and Magali's favorites of mine. I mean, at least it's not Badger, but they love my cats. Oh, I could put my feet on ice. Alethea with the good ideas here. I know. I grew up in a house with no air conditioning. So, yeah, that sucked. But the house was like over 100 years old, my grandparents' house. I don't envy you in summer this year. Oh my gosh, that's right. It's winter in Australia. It's winter in Australia. Loving that. Fan blowing over ice. Yeah, like Marilyn Monroe did in the 7-Year Itch. Veronica says, like is strong. Yeah. Veronica and Magali are not fans of my cats because for some reason my cats like to antagonize them. It's funny. I mean, it's only funny to me, but it's funny. The days are 20. Oh, very nice, Andy. Very nice. Do you get snow where you live at all? Like, I mean, ever? Yes, my cats are assassins. So much fun with that. Oh, Well, you guys, how do y'all feel about sigils? Are you ready to go out and draw some sigils? Are you ready to go out and manifest with some sigils? Gretchen, I swear I have not trained my cats, but for some reason, when Magali and Veronica come over here, my cats like jump out of nowhere. And Magali levitated at least 3 feet off the ground when Badger jumps out at her. I had to stand there with my legs crossed so that I wouldn't wet my pants. I'm so sorry. It was hilarious. Noah was at the beach on Saturday watching pods of whales. Oh my gosh. It snows down south. Wow. Wow. I downloaded a 9-piece pie chart so I can use it in the background of the drawing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is a great thing. You did levitate. You did. Oh my gosh, cats do say that. Andy says, I love cats. Pat me with your eyes, human. Don't touch me unless I touch you. Yes. Yes. That is very much what they do. I mean, oh my gosh. I'm wrecking my eyelashes laughing. I mean, this is awesome. That's a great thing to use for this sigil, Becky. But there's other sigils, like the other sigil I did had 11 pieces of pie. Because, you know, I did a sigil of protection for one of my clients, and it had 11 pieces of pie. So just letting you know. Mine run off if anyone comes in. Oh my gosh, Glenda. 2 of mine do that. And I am now feeding Badger's sister and her 3 kittens. And the kittens run. She'll come in here and sit with me. If I'm stationary, she'll sit with me. But if I get up and move, she just gets up and goes out the cat door. Yeah. So Becky, they're not always 9 pie pieces. They'll change depending on the words, and depending on, you know, like numbers or whatever. You know what? I guess once you break it down, why did I have 11? I know I had 11 pie pieces. Why did I have 11? There's only 9 numbers. Why did I have 11? I added to, you know what? There was 2 that I was like, I'm not reducing this down. Oh Lord, what did I do? Now I got to go back and double check that. I mean, I burned it, but I still have like the words, what I did. Hey, Lauren. Oh, okay. So we have another artist in here. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing her artwork on Facebook, but it has been outstanding. Outstanding. Because you're extra. I am extra. I am a Virgo. I am extra. And I am not for everyone. Yeah, look at all these artists that are in here tonight. I mean, this is like amazing. It's the sigil energy drawing in all these artistic people. I know. But you're right. It should have been 9. Why did I have 11? What did I do? Okay, now I got to go double check my work. But you're right. It should only be 9. And with no repeaters, it should be 9. How did I? Because I remember saying, I'm not reducing this. Why would I have said that? Okay, I got to figure this out. That's going to bug me. You know I'm going to be up figuring that out. Oh my gosh. You guys are the best group. Y'all are seriously the best group. This is a fantastic book. I absolutely encourage you guys, if you find it, jump on it. I don't have any left in my store, but I am going to pick up some stuff this week or next week. So I may be able to get some of these. If I have any of these books, I will save them and put them in the store on my website. I won't put them in my Amazon shop. That, like, my husband and I have a couple of Amazon shops, and we have stuff on eBay and Etsy. I mean, we sell all kinds of stuff. But the metaphysical stuff, I am trying to save the good stuff for my website. Now that I've opened up that store. So, it's just kind of exciting. I wasn't totally planning to do it, but, my friend Magali was like, don't you have a store associated with your website? Why aren't you using it? Sounds like a challenge, doesn't it? Why am I not using it? So now I'm using it. And the crystals that Becky and I bought will be on there like in the next few days. I really spent too much time this weekend playing with those. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I mean, we got some really great stuff, y'all. We went crazy at the selenite store. I mean, we just went buck wild. It was awesome. The guy was so nice. And then we got a lot of good stuff. But hey, Glenda Peck, Becky has a lot of stuff at Welcome Home in Villa Rica. Did I say it right, Becky? Welcome Home, not at home. At Home is like a big store, right? But it's Welcome Home in downtown Villa Rica, and she's got a lot of her tinctures and stuff there. So she'll have a bunch of the crystals that we bought. She'll have some of them there, but she'll have more on her Facebook page. Yeah, it's a pretty neat store. Apparently. I haven't fully been in there. My son got me a beautiful angel quartz stone. Oh my gosh, we saw some of those. Those are gorgeous, Lauren. But yeah, if you guys are near downtown Villa Rica, Georgia, which I know that would be quite a hike for Andy to come from Australia. But Welcome Home has a lot of Becky's stuff. And again, like all her tinctures. Ooh, her homemade deodorant. And like a lot of other just awesome stuff that she makes is there. So make sure you check that out. And then I have a similar shirt to yours, but mine says do not disturb. Oh my gosh, that would be fantastic to have. Andy is more than welcome to come visit. I have a guest room. Andy, Becky has a guest room and a hot tub. You think about that. Atlanta has an international airport. You can bring those beautiful babies, I'm sure. But, okay, I think I covered everything. If I find the sigils that Scott gave me, the ones from the card deck, that's my friend that transitioned recently. I'll post those as well. And Becky, Andy's on her way. But I'll post those as well because they're really kind of neat. And I sent pictures to Becky earlier this week, so I may be able to pull them off of my phone if I can't find them. I would show you some of the other sigils that Valerie drew for me when she was trying to teach me about them and educate me about them, but I burned them. So I don't have them anymore. But Valerie Harmon is, I think that's what she goes by on Facebook or Instagram. And she is fantastic at sigils. Maybe she should write a book. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. This has been a wonderful, wonderful group. I love the chats here. I need a shirt that says do not disturb. I had I'd been gathering like some interesting looking t-shirts, and one of my clients last year said that she was like, I'm sick of hearing you say I'm sorry all the time. So she sent me a t-shirt that just said not sorry across it. So I wore that in some of my videos. Then my cousin gave me this awesome t-shirt for my birthday last year, and we're the same age, but she gave me this awesome t-shirt that said vintage 1972. And I wore that. So I was like, I need to find some more interesting shirts like that to wear on the shows. I mean, you know, I'm an interesting creature, right? Oh, go enjoy your hot tub, Becky. You guys check out Becky's Gypsy Soul Surfer on Facebook and YouTube. And there's a lot of fantastic artists in here. Lauren has some great art on Facebook as well. Lauren Paoletti, Paoletti. Am I saying that right, Lauren? But she has some wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. I love it. I love it. So, and oh my gosh, please check out Carrie Rodriguez's website, The Beautiful Witch, La Hermosa Bruja, because I buy a lot of amazing stuff from her. And I've actually reviewed her stuff without her knowing that it was me buying it. Very exciting. And thank you. I'm trying to be a Virgo queen. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I am going to bed early so I can wake those children up early and get them off to their second day of school. We're in first grade and third grade this year. Yep. I'm like, no, my babies. But yeah, they're babies that I can't pick up anymore. They weigh like over 70 pounds. Yeah. So I will definitely get this posted tomorrow. Alethea, I promise to get the pictures posted so that you guys can try out your sigils for yourself, okay? If you're looking for prosperity, absolutely use this sigil. It was amazing, and I enjoyed playing with it. I used it as a guide to make other sigils for people that apparently I've messed up, so I've got to go back and double check that. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to check out Readings at the Round Table on YouTube. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye, y'all.